Desolation Sound is a special place, but even more special for me. My family has deep roots here, and it was on this trip that I really wanted to explore them. When cruising through Desolation Sound, it felt like we were going back in time. My parents traveled these waters 20 years ago now, and even before then, my grandparents did as well. We were following my grandma's guidebook, exploring the coast by boat, which was one of the first guidebooks of the BC coast.
Yes, God moves on the water.
This is Kayleen. She loves sailing and is trying to convince me as well. Kira's not convinced, but Carl knows what's up. I lost both my feet, so obviously we called the boat Footloose. Welcome back to All About Spray.
We just got into Pendrell Sound, and the wind is kind of picked up from the south. Might just be a thermal, we're not really sure. Hopefully it dies down soon, because it made for a little bit of a spicy anchor and stern tie here. Not our best one, but it was pretty tricky. So we're in about 30 feet of water now, and luckily our anchor grabbed hold right as we're off the rocks. But we seem to be set now, and we'll just watch it for a while. But the water's 23 degrees here, so might have to go swimming soon.
On the water, everybody had to run and pray. One man, John Jacob Astor, a man.
Okay, update. There's been a few boats have left because the wind has definitely gusted up now. I believe it's like 12 to 15 knots, and we're right on a lee shore, but we're holding really strong and we're just keeping an eye on it. Still a couple more yachts in the bay, but I think some others might have tucked into bay around the corner.
He was warned that by a freight boat, Smith would not take heed.
We're just watching a guy from a really fancy yacht over there who swam all the way across the bay, and he looks exhausted now, so we're just keeping an eye on him, making sure he gets to shore. He's puking. No way.
Oh yeah.
Do they have eyes on him now? The rich boys have figured out that their friend was missing, and Ty's been keeping an eye on him. We're ready to jump in, Carl up.
Oh, God moves on the water. April the 14th day. God moves on the water. Everybody had to run and pray.
Our new but temporary dinghy didn't quite live up to Carl's name, but Carla did her best.
Forever to dwell. God moves on the water. April the 14th day. Yes, God moves on the water.
Okay, I had a pretty good night, didn't sleep super great. The wind switched to more of the northwest, coming in a broadside, so put a lot of pressure on their stern tie. Didn't really love it, but we did okay. It wasn't too much wind. And I'm really curious what the anchor did last night. We heard the chain rumbling around on the rock, and I'm just really curious how it set in rock before, because I've only ever seen it in a mud. So I'm gonna go check that out.
Push your arm.
So Tyler thinks that I should jump in without a dry suit because it's 24 degrees Celsius, the warmest water, what is it, north of Mexico?
Whatever they say.
So all the guys would always have some sort of thing to say about Pendrell Sound. But I'm a bit of a wimp, so I'm wearing my sexy dry suit.
Twisted up with the blues.
I quickly found our anchor, buried deep in what ended up being a sandy bottom.
Riding 85, bumping elevators. Roll up all my problems in these roads.
It doesn't show it well on film here. I ended up finding a trough where the anchor had dragged all night. It was a giant S weaving through the sand.
My mama calling, boy, you need your education. Look me in my eyes.
There are 37 species of rockfish that are found along the BC coast. This area is also an RCA, or what's known as a rockfish conservation area. With so many rockfish in the area, it was so tempting to get out the spear gun. But we knew there was more remote areas waiting for us with lots more rockfish, and we'd just have to keep the spear gun tucked away for now. The amount of fish made this area feel tropical. As soon as I broke below 30 feet, it was clear that the water definitely wasn't tropical. I was glad to be wearing my dry suit. In the summer months, Pendrell Sound has been called the warmest saltwater in north of Mexico. It's a major oyster culture operation. Because of the warm waters, the seeds of the oysters can grow quickly.
Pink skies twisted up with the blues. Can't make my eyes stop looking at you. I think I'm drunk enough.
I stayed in the shallows and enjoyed the life underwater, which is so easy to cruise on by without having a set of scuba gear. We're definitely in the market for our own compressor so we can dive wherever we end up sailing. Any suggestions? Leave a comment below. One of my favorites is this phallic-looking creature, a sea cucumber, which actually excretes its whole stomach contents and its stomach in order to scare off predators.
What you smoking on? Ooh, I need a hit of that drug.
Where are we headed?
I don't know how to say it.
Tanitas.
Tanitas Bay?
Tanitas.
Yeah, it looks rad.
There's a lake.
Warm lake. We're gonna hopefully
Oh,
get
just
up to.
set. Shoot.
That's the most talking as I've ever done.
Well, with Desolation this time of year in August is that the anchorages are typically pretty busy, so we're coming into this one a little bit later than we would have liked. Okay, we're hoping to tuck in this little all-weather protection anchorage, but you do have to cross a bit of a bar to get in. But it's about a mid-tide. We've got 5 feet on our keel. I took the dinghy out to get a better view of the rock, and sure enough, I could see it just underwater. This is when I wish we had a depth sounder, a portable depth sounder. I'm gonna go sleuth it out, see what that bar looks like. I can see the rock really clearly. Yeah, I think we'd be okay to the left of the rock. That's what I see. I see rocks all on the starboard side. Okay, I can definitely see the rock that's marked on the chart, and then there's kind of a bar to the right hand side, so we want to squeeze between those. Yeah?
Reverse, and only tell me where you want me to go, left or right.
Okay.
Where there is something.
Okay, I'll point where you want me to go.
Are to go.
Roger. The shadows are kind of playing games because they're making it hard to see the bottom.
I got a letter this morning, boy. Hey, hey, honey. I got a letter this morning, boy.
Yeah, we're looking good.
Hey, hey, honey. I got a letter this morning. Gonna see you when the sun goes
I'm still thinking
down.
shallow right.
I couldn't read it for crying, boy. Hey, hey, honey.
Okay.
I couldn't read it for crying, boy. Hey, hey, honey. I couldn't read it for crying. Gonna see you when the sun goes down. I got a gal in Georgia, boy. Hey, hey.
One other boat joined us in the anchorage not long after, and sure enough, we ended up knowing them. Will and Courtney joined us aboard for some drinks, and we watched the sun go down.
I'm gonna see you when the sun goes down.
Although my grandma's guidebook is considered outdated now, there's really a timelessness to Desolation Sound. And as we slip into the anchorage and watch the night fall, it feels as though we're going back in time.
Hey, honey, I got a letter this morning, boy. Hey, hey, honey, I got a letter this morning. Gonna see you when the sun goes down.
It looks so good.
How's your pizza?
It looks so tasty.
Just blackness.
No, barbecue doesn't go below 600.